This video is about recoil. That's it. As we can see here, the R301 carbine is very simple recoil pattern. We're not going to factor in additional magazines. I'll show footage of that in a minute. But the R301 is pretty much just up, right, left in a pattern like such. And we'll cue the replay footage for a couple more times just to give an idea. Pretty simple. Then we'll take a look at only vertical compensation. And you can see it snakes a little bit to the left and to the right. And to shut out this recoil, all we do is go down, left, right. The opposite of which the recoil pattern itself is. And we'll play that a couple times and show you. Before going any further, just to stop whatever controversy or debacle is going to inevitably occur in the comments section, I'm going to go over the attachment system in the game, such as compensators and magazines and the effects that they have on recoil as a whole, I guess. And to get into this, we'll start with barrel stabilizers. Barrel stabilizers are pretty simple, in which all they do is drop the magnitude or lessen the magnitude at which recoil is incurred to the weapon. And a side-by-side of it looks kind of like this. So while the point can be argued that yes, the distances were different, were not calculated, etc., etc., as well as I didn't show footage for every compensator available in the game for every gun that it can use it on, I would rather not waste and ruin other people's play experience until compensators or other mods are added into the training mode. So this is the footage we're going to have to settle with. And as we can tell, the gray and the no compensator footage, there's a very noticeable difference. But the blue just kind of looks like a general no compensated spray. However, this could be boiled down to being very close to the wall compared to the other two clips. Moving on to weapon stocks, these are pretty interesting because they actually reduce the amount of sway you get. If you want to think Call of Duty when you're in a scope and not holding your breath, that kind of thing. For me, it's like blue stock, gray stock, chicken stock. They all do the same thing for me, but would appear to have diminishing returns. However, when you start getting into like 3x scopes for your assault rifles, these upgraded stocks can definitely help out quite a bit, and especially on sniper rifles. So as you can see with this very intriguing, interesting gameplay footage, stocks do stuff. Going on to the main point of this video here, we're going to jump into the R99, which you can see the recoil pattern is pretty simple, which is just a nice up, right, left, right. Pretty simple. Exactly what I expected an SMG to do. Due to the very random and aggressive nature of the horizontal recoil, I can't really recommend using this at range. Pretty much exactly what you would expect an SMG that shoots at this fire rate to be random and horizontal. Your best bet is to pull vertically down. Well, the recoil on the R99 is pretty wild. It is still not a weapon to slight at all. When you're using this, you definitely want to be hunting for upgraded attachments and whatnot, because it really increases the predictability of the weapon. And here I'm just playing a clip of me kind of going to town here with it on a digital threat and some pretty gold perks and stuff like that. So this is just how I like to use a gun and what ranges I like to use it at. So moving on to the alternator, this SMG has a lot of vertical recoil but virtually no horizontal recoil, and this actually tends to throw me and a few of my friends off, which is kind of funny. So just pull it down, I guess. I don't really feel like I need to make a chart for this, but I will. Bonus point, see if you notice that the bullets left in the magazine is represented by the things next to the center of the sight. The G7 Scout's pretty simple. It's an up to the left, and towards the end of the base magazine it goes a little bit more towards the middle again. Very simple, very easy weapon to spam, puts out decent damage, all around easy gun. Ah yes, the Re-45. The auto pistol is quite a bit of fun to use. It has pretty much no effectiveness at range, but it is a nice little grab bag if you get to unload on someone with it. Due to how basic the P2020 is, I'm probably going to skip over it. But if you want some reference footage, and my words are, it feels like a good P250 from CSGO. Going into one of the guns I hate the most in the game because I'm absolutely trash with it, the Flatline has a very, honestly, goofy recoil pattern compared to some of the other weapons in the game, in which this is like an up, left, center kind of thing going on with the base magazine spray. Hemlock is fairly simple but easy to miss. It's an up, left, center. Not much to say here. One of the more underrated guns in the entire game, the Prowler. Super easy. For your 10 to 15th bullet, you just want to pull it down to the right a little bit, and then you're good to go. I have no comment for this weapon. The wingman and longbow don't really have like recoil to the point of where it matters. The wingman doesn't have recoil, and the longbow, the shot delay is so long that it's just, you've already recentered by the time the next shot is available. But I guess it's up and to the right if you really wanted to care that much about it. The same case applies with the triple take. My hand's not even on the mouse. Devotion is up to the left and then into the center. That's really it. I don't know what it looks like with the turbocharger mod, but maybe they'll come in part 2. Gonna delve into shotguns just for a little bit. Not that they have perceivable recoil patterns or anything, but I feel like the static pellet spread is something that needs to be addressed and something I should explain in this video. So here we go. The Peacekeeper shoots into an asterisk-like pattern, or a star, and the auto shotty, the EVA 8, shoots into an 8. It's an actual figure 8, and you'll get to see this now. Pretty fancy. And here we'll show the Peacekeeper. And these will always shoot like this until changed. And the final shotty, the Mozambique, shoots in a tri pattern in which there is one pellet at top, one on the bottom left, and one on the bottom right. Kind of like a bad star. You'll see that now. I call this the Predator spread or something like that, because that's what his little beams looks like. Just a few final notes. The visual recoil maps that I made aren't very accurate or precise or anything like that. It's really just a bunch of dots, and I kind of mapped out what the recoil average or median was. So don't expect it to be perfect. I'm sure someone else will come along and do a much better job at some point, but for now, there's this. Put a lot of time and effort into this video, so hopefully it helps you out, helps a friend out. Maybe even I learned something, maybe you learned something. Whatever happens, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Catch you later.